You saved us all. Besides, Adrian isn't all alone. He has you.
Welcome back to another video, my fellow Miraculars. I've loved every episode in the new season, but I wasn't prepared for the number of curveballs we received in the most recent episode, El Toro de Piedra. I assumed from the name that the story would follow Ivan and his connection to the Ox Miraculous, and I was right on a single count. We learned more about Ivan and his personal life, such as his father's background as a former supervillain known as El Toro. However, the episode primarily focused on numerous characters and their unique relationships with their parents, including Nathalie. In the post-credit scene, we witnessed Nathalie attending a meeting with a group of mysterious characters, each hiding their identities behind symbols and monikers. We learned that Gabriel once worked with this secret society and planned to use the Ladybug and Cat Miraculouses to help them achieve a grander plan. In light of Gabriel's death and Ladybug's lies about Monarch's true identity, this mysterious society charges Nathalie with working under a new employer, a member of their group known as the Machine. We can assume that the Machine is Tomoe Tsurugi, a close friend of Gabriel's who knew his identity as Monarch, owns a tech company, and helped him develop the Alliance Rings. Nathalie agrees to work under the Machine, presumably as an assistant and shadow once more, where she will perform similar tasks to the ones she did for Gabriel, ensuring all of the plans are followed through without a hitch. However, once the meeting adjourns, Nathalie remains in the room with a single person still on the line. We don't recognize their voice or their symbol, so we know they're an entirely new character making their series debut. They prompt Nathalie about her loyalties, questioning if she knows who to give the Ladybug and Cat Miraculouses to once she obtains them. Nathalie is more than agreeable, telling this mysterious character that, of course, she knows before referring to them as father. As brief as the scene is, it presents a wealth of information to fans, prompting us to ask, which side is Nathalie on? In today's video, I'll be going over Nathalie's past, present, and future in a bid to answer this question, and determine if she might betray Ladybug and Cat Noir.
What is this?
Mrs. Tsurugi wanted Adrian and her daughter to be spared from Monarch's final plan. That's why they were sent to London.
Since I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that Gabriel worked for an evil secret society the entire time, I'm going to approach this from a different angle and take a few steps back. We know that Nathalie is affiliated with this secret society, but she's not a direct member of it, as she didn't have a moniker or a symbol like the rest. Instead, she's referred to by her name or as Gabriel's shadow, which strongly implies that she was meant to be his hired help and nothing more. However, we do know that her father, assumedly her biological one, is a member of the society, and he wants Gimmy's wish for himself. He also expects Nathalie to betray his fellow society members and deliver the Miraculouses to him, which means neither is loyal to their colleagues. It's a very complex and convoluted situation, isn't it? It's hard to determine who is right and wrong when we don't know anything about them. I can assume that this secret society has bad intentions because Gabriel and Tomoe are members, and we've seen how they try to control and coerce other people. If the entire world were created in their image, it would likely look similar to how the world learned to depend on the Alliance Rings. They would also expect complete obedience, as they do from their children. No one wants a world like that, and anyone making a wish that's significant would require the universe to be rewritten. So it's probably safe to label this new society as the bad guys for now. Do I believe Nathalie is one of these bad guys who will betray Ladybug and Cat Noir in the end? No. I can't imagine that she'll turn against the heroes and give their Miraculouses to this society, when she knows it could result in the end of their world as she knows it. Granted, we don't know why her father wants the Miraculouses, but at this point in her story, I believe her relationship with Adrian and her maternal responsibilities to him will overpower any connection she has with her biological family. The proof is in the details and in how Nathalie has interacted with the other characters thus far.
Mine?
Your pancakes. Why don't you come and sit down so that we can all have breakfast together, right, Adrian?
In the earliest seasons, Nathalie is a nervous assistant desperate to get everything right. As a viewer on the outside, we get the impression that Gabriel's a harsh and unforgiving boss. So she's doing everything she can to avoid his ire. In one of the earliest episodes, The Bubbler, she tells Adrian that Gabriel got him the scarf for his birthday, when she knows that the gift was from somebody else entirely. At that point, she wasn't afraid to lie or steal credit from someone else, so long as it kept her on good terms with Gabriel. We learn more about their relationship in the second season, and it turns out that they're more than coworkers, but longtime friends who share a common goal. Throughout several seasons, we learn that Nathalie once traveled the world with Gabriel and Emily, where she befriended the couple and watched them fall in love, despite harboring her own feelings for Gabriel. She knew that they used the Peacock Miraculous to have Adrian and helped Gabriel search for a cure after Emily became ill. Once Gabriel started to close himself off, Nathalie received video diaries from Emily, who urged her to care for Adrian and to be the mother figure he would need in the later years of his life. Through all of these scenes and interactions, it's clear that Nathalie loves the Agrests like they're her own family. She willingly puts her life on the line to become Mayura and fight at Gabriel's side, and it's clear that most of her feelings toward him are romantic. Despite this, her love for him is so sincere that she wants him to be happy with Emily, and she nearly gives her life to make that dream come true.
I told you never to use the peacock Miraculous.
I had no choice, sir. I had to save you.
It's not until Gabriel's obsession with Ladybug and Cat Noir gets out of hand that Nathalie's loyalty starts to slip, but not out of the Agrest's favor. She made a promise to Emily to protect Adrien, so when she notices Gabriel infringing on his son's well-being, she steps in. Not only does she encourage Adrien to follow his heart, but she also prevents Gabriel from further isolating his son. She loves Adrien and wants the best for him, even if that means bringing an end to Monarch's deranged plans. Nathalie and Gabriel's relationship changed forever in the 5th season, as their friendship turned into a rivalry. In the end, Nathalie turned against Gabriel and planned to take his life. She wasn't strong enough to make the killing blow. Gabriel surprised us all by using his wish to cure Nathalie of her illness, leaving her the sole caregiver for Adrien. With a second chance given to her by Gimme, Nathalie seems more than willing to turn over a new leaf. In Miraculous World London, she planned to hand herself over to the authorities, but Marinette convinces her to keep her time as Mayura a secret for Adrien's sake. Nathalie continues caring for Adrien, later comforting him in the aftermath of his father's death and taking him home. In Werepapas, Adrien meets his grandparents for the first time. During an intense lunch, the couples argue over who should gain custody of Adrien now that he's lost both of his parents. In the end, Adrien decides that he would like to stay with Nathalie, who had treated him like a son from a very young age. Nathalie ultimately agrees to continue caring for him and become his guardian moving forward.
My life is here in Paris with Marinette, my friends, and you.
While Nathalie may seem like a very collected and put-together individual, she's someone who allows herself to be swayed by emotion. More than once, she encouraged Adrien to follow his heart and to pursue happiness, regardless of his father's orders. She wouldn't have given him that advice if she didn't believe in it herself, which makes me think that her loyalty to her father is nothing more than a facade, and a way for her to keep tabs on this secret society. Instead of betraying Marinette, the girl Adrien loves, I find it more likely for Nathalie to play double agent, keeping tabs on these new enemies so she can warn the heroes before they strike.
Oops.
Lord Graham is a stickler for principles, Marinette. You'll have to be very discreet.
All in all, I find it hard to imagine that Nathalie might betray Adrien or endanger him for the sake of changing the world. While it's likely safe to assume that her father raised her to pledge loyalty to this mysterious society, through the actions of Ladybug and the people of Paris, she's witnessed firsthand that positive change can happen through hard work and dedication. As Gabriel never mentioned this society or their plans, it seems even more likely that he used their resources in an attempt to help Emily, and that Nathalie, the ever-loyal friend to both, was willing to betray her father for the chance to reunite the Agrests. Only time will tell which side Nathalie will choose, but as of now, I doubt anything would make her jeopardize Adrien, especially if she learns about his double life as Cat Noir. But there is some sneaking suspicion deep down inside me that wonders if Nathalie might be a Sentimonster herself. What if all of the people behind those monikers and symbols at that meeting have all created their own Sentimonsters for themselves? Whether that was to mask as children or someone else. If Nathalie was a Sentimonster as well, that certainly would make me question what she is capable of doing, whether good or bad.
I came to this house to hunt magical artifacts for you and Emily. I became your bodyguard, your right-hand woman, your friend, and even more.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
For Adrien, I will eat even your pancakes, sir.
Since we're family, you can call me Gabriel.
How about Gabe while we're at it?